Welcome back, survivors, to the Lucky Die. Previously, Latvian recognizes a face from the past. Rhal sees the biggest hourglass ever. Squash dreads his task, as Zaltanna makes the knottiest pun. At the end of the world, the team look into the raw power and composition of the world to learn of the challenges before them. They contemplate the enormity of the tasks and the limited timeline before them, sending Squash to seek the knowledge of the survivors of Soulfire. Is the first king a relative of Latvians? Whose bones surround Rhal? And is our amateur magician up to the task before him? I guess we're about to find out. Welcome back to the Lucky Die.
Adet turns to Zaltanna and she says, "Hey, where do you want to go?"
She says, "What? I'm sorry, I just spilled coffee on myself."
Oh God, no. She reaches over and cleans up the coffee. Is it clean or mend, whatever the hell it is?
Prestidigitize.
Yes, prestidigitate the coffee off of your lap.
She reaches through the computer into the real world where I, Casey, have spilled coffee onto myself.
Do you need to clean up a second?
No, I'm good. I got it.
Okay.
I was cleaning. I literally after we clapped. I spilled coffee on myself while I was clapping because I'm stupid, and then I was cleaning it up, and you said words, and then I was like, "Huh? What? What's happening?"
Basically, go on a date with your wife. Goddammit.
Fine. If I'm being forced, I guess I'll go on a date with my super hot, super amazing wife. Whatever.
Yeah. My literal goddess of a
She's
wife.
also a god.
You're in the peak of the world. Yeah, go on a date.
How can it be? If it's the peak of the world, then Bikron has to be round.
No. No.
Yes!
God damn it, Arch!
Yes!
You fucked us! I just mean it's the northernmost point.
Bikron's a globe!
Not true. Why are they called planes V?
Peaks are pointy.
Planes are
So
flat
actually, Bikron's a triangle. Hashtag triangle Bikron society.
Triangle.
Illuminati.
It's a triangle scheme? It's not a pyramid scheme. That would imply 3D. Here, triangle.
This is the worst. Okay. So, where do you want to go?
I have literally no idea what's in the area that we could go do. But I feel like there's got to be something fun, right?
Babe?
There's a Starbucks over there. It's funny because of the star thing.
Neil, no. Please don't.
I mean, you guys are basically in the equivalent of the Empire State Building. Go to the top and, I don't know, play Titanic music and hold on to her waist or some shit.
Play off-brand Titanic music.
Yes.
We were actually on a boat earlier, y'all.
We were.
With icebergs around us. You fools.
Neil, please don't make that a song.
You're going to do that on top of the building. That's going to be playing the entire date.
No.
Go to the top of the building and throw a copper piece off and see if it actually kills somebody.
Alternatively, we can go anywhere. We don't have to stay here.
Can we go? There's this really great, elvish restaurant in Dockhammer Stronghold, and they make the best lembas spread. Why are you shaking your head at me, Arch?
Please. And she just says, yeah, where we went on our first date, right? Like, yeah, date. Oh, do you remember the chef? What was his name?
Pete.
Pierre.
Gary Ramsay.
I was thinking I was going to say Italian restaurant, and then I was like, "There's no Italians in this world."
No, it's Gordon. There's an apostrophe. It's Gordon. Gordon.
Okay. She reaches out and like she kind of does like half a wave to Rhal, and she just says, "We'll be back in the morning." And you feel a pull on the back of your navel, and lo and behold, half a second later, you're standing outside of this small, quaint little restaurant in Darkhammer Stronghold run by elves called Gordon, I guess.
Yeah. It's like a fancy. I imagine like elvish cuisine is like the French cuisine of the fantasy world, right? Like super fancy.
Where's my risotto, you donut?
Super fancy. Candlelight dinners. I don't know. Elves are fancy. I don't know what to say.
No, it's perfect. That would make sense, like you say, because the elves and the dwarves are pretty intermingled. Like there definitely would be like elven restaurants here, the same as there would definitely be dwarven restaurants over in not on Belegbood, but in the area surrounding Belegbood at least. No, yeah, that's totally a thing.
Dwarvish restaurants, dwarven restaurants, by the way, are 100% like going to like an Irish pub.
Yes, that's exactly what I was thinking.
It's like pub food.
You've got like like pub food, just like up honest barmaids and barmen, bar folks, and also like there's always a stage where someone is playing something like an accordion, or like they've got like this indie band playing. Like this is totally a thing. I love it.
Dwarven specialty is a shepherd's pie, but it can't be called like a shepherd's pie. It has to be called something.
Mountain pie.
Cleric's pie. I don't know.
Cleric's pie. Perfect.
Miner's cake.
Meat cake.
Rust beetle pie?
Yeah, okay. So the pair of you walk in, like the elf that's working here, they look very like tired and run down, and there are a lot of dwarven waiters compared to when the last time you were here, which, you know, probably wasn't all that long before Adet went missing, that it was a lot more elves in here, but obviously now with the shift in politics, like it's just the odd dwarf and like the only elven chef in the back. The pair of you are seated, and there are candles, and there is a very strong magical feel in the air, which you would assume is probably Adet, to be honest. Like she has aura of goddess on her right now. Like she's irresistible to everything that moves. Yeah, and you two have a nice meal. Is there anything you want to ask her or talk to her about?
I unwrap my very nice bread from its leafy sheath that they serve it in, because that is not trademarked or called anything and specific. And I like split it in half, and I give her half to dip in her whatever the fantasy version of olive oil is. I don't know. And
olive oil. That would be fine. It's fine.
This is why when I GM games, I always GM games that would take place in the real world, because I'm not good at fantasy shit. Anyway.
Good berry oil.
Hop oil. Perfect. Hop oil. Great.
And I'm like, so how's the not celestial, what was the fucking plane that she lives on now?
Sentinel plane.
How's the Sentinel plane been? What's going on? What's new? What's the news? Tell me everything. I want to hear it.
Well, there's been a lot of talk and upheaval, and a lot of more people are becoming clerics and paladins now, and that's just making the gods even stronger. It's great. Our base is getting massive. A lot of people are looking to right the wrongs in their lives, so people are looking for that forgiveness now and how to make things right. And as you know, a lot of people are super angry, which they should be. So that's nice. Not the angry part, the getting stronger part. I hear through various contacts and eyes that I can see through now that you've been helping people out. Like a lot.
I've been trying to like listen and see what kind of like prayers I've been getting every night. And I like recently had to answer a prayer from my I guess my chief paladin.
Our first paladin.
Our first paladin. You're right. He prayed to you too. Did you give him anything?
He didn't want to be too specific. I think he's trying to hide something, so but
Yeah.
I'm giving him the power that I can.
He definitely was hiding something.
Yeah. Maybe I should talk to him a bit more.
I think you should.
See what he's doing.
Yeah.
I think he's heading towards Falsum.
Uh-oh.
If you guys want to meet up.
Oh. Okay. Perhaps.
You're going to be traveling to different planes, so maybe that's not going to be possible.
No, probably not. Do you think I'll be able to hear people's prayers on different planes? Or do you think I have to like be here or the Sentinel to hear them? Like if I go to like
I think you'll need to be on the physical plane, or you'll have to be on the Sentinel plane. But you and I can always talk. I'll always find you. Always. No matter where you are.
That's good. I just kind of feel bad for my my followers. I don't want to like leave them on red for too long, you know?
I know. But if you trust me to answer them, I could try.
I do, but also like, you know, my followers are looking for a very different thing than what you got going on, babe. You know,
Maybe we could ask Damas.
ask Damas to like listen to prayers while I'm away. Is that a thing I could do?
Yeah. I mean, he's our first paladin. We're never going to have a connection as strong to anyone as we do to him, or to our first cleric, or to our first warlock when they appear.
That's true. Oh my god, one day I'm going to be able to make a pact with a warlock. Like her eyes light up. She got super fucking excited.
I know, right?
Revenge warlock.
I had my first warlock. We haven't had a warlock, but I have, and it's strange. It's like I'm always with them. Like a little bit of me is always there. Like I could tell you right now that they are staring at a tree in Belligbud, and they think it's pretty, and they're about to go meet their cousin who they need to apologize to, and it's great. I don't know if I could handle more than one, but this is just my first warlock, so
That's great, babe. I'm so happy for you.
thanks. I don't want the end of the world to come, but I'm looking forward to after.
Yeah. When I can ascend and become and go live back up in the Sentinel plane with you.
Yeah.
I do
don't-
have to go do a thing first for Cal.
I know, and I guess I can help with the Cal since it's not really your quest. But you'll find help for him on the celestial plane. In Cicero. Like there's someone there that has his blood.
That has his what?
It's like a really long chain to get to them, but someone who is a relative of Callanmorn is in Cicero. Like they're not dead. They broke into Cicero.
Oh,
They might be able to help.
okay. She like takes a pen and like writes on her hand like find Cal's.
I love that you're writing in like pen on your hand, and it's gonna be like, how do I make this stay? So hopefully that will help you with Cal.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah.
Welcome.
I think the thing about Damas is a good idea. I think maybe I don't want to like overuse you goddess poofing powers, but maybe after dinner we could like just poof over to Damas and I could talk to him.
Oh, poofing power. I thought you said pooping power. I was like, wait, what?
Is that what you call your...
pooping power?
Is that what spell slots are?
I know
Damn it,
people
this
say
is-
holy shit, but I don't think that's what they mean.
Damn it, guys! I'm doing an accent and I have a cold. I'm sorry that I don't sound perfect.
I only have
That's
one
amazing.
pooping power left. I can cure wounds.
Yeah, we can do that. I mean, I think he's on his way to Falsum, so we could just drop by. And then maybe we could, I don't know. Yeah, sure. Let's do that. The two of you eat good food.
And have some really good elven wine.
Yeah, really good shit. Adept makes money appear and just puts it on the counter.
Inflation!
Don't need money.
Goddess inflation! The goddess
Printing
of
money.
inflation.
Unforgivable.
It's okay, she'll forgive herself.
Oh, no.
The economy is collapsing.
Okay. No, screw it. I'm just going to stay with Zaltanna. Sorry, folks. I think this is way too interesting. I did not expect this.
Is Thirsty waiting? Is this?
No. I'm not going through that debacle again. Thank you.
You're Thirsty.
I'm just gonna make him have some voice work to do.
Yeah.
We would like to
hopefully
promote
he'll be
you
well
from
enough.
first paladin to first secretary.
Yep.
Mr. Secretary.
Receptionist. There is a perfect receptionist that you can model yourself after at the Witches Society. He does a stellar job.
Is it shitty wizard? Sometimes.
Okay. Yeah, you two enjoy a really nice meal, and she reaches out as you two leave the place. And then you find yourself standing on a road. It's cold, but it's not wet. It's not raining. It's that kind of like that very cold breeze that just cuts you to the bone. But you have been literally at the top of the world. This is kind of nothing in comparison now. This is like a nice warm breeze compared to what you've been going through for the last few weeks. And you see a horse with a half elven man, a half orc man riding it, and he comes to a stop.
Hey, Damis.
Oh, he kind of jumps off the horse and like drops down to one knee. He's like, "Your bloodiness. What do I owe this honor?"
Yeah. So okay, I'm gonna be going to a lot of planes for the whole saving the world business that I got to do. So I'm worried about my followers. Because I've been getting a lot of praise lately. I hope you use the gift I gave you well. By the way,
I did. The demon is smoked. You helped.
good. I'm
What
glad.
can I do to help your
Yeah.
bloodiness?
So, I kind of need you to be like, I know you're my paladin. Well, you are a paladin. She points to Odette.
She smiles.
But could you be my secretary for a little while and take my prayers for me? You can say no, by the way.
I don't. As much as people don't get the honor of pledging allegiance to their goddesses in person, I can't. I would be honored.
Okay, cool. So yeah, I guess I'll set up. I'll figure out how to set up like a godly forwarding address thing.
It's okay. I can help with that. I can do that.
And I feel like I should give you some ability to grant some of their wishes, or their if it seems urgent. Otherwise, just kind of take it down, and I will get back to it as soon as possible. But if it seems like a really, really urgent prayer, you should have the ability to.
Oh,
I'll
do what I can.
I'm gonna give him. This might fucking bite me in the ass, actually, but you know what? I don't fucking care because it's good for flavor. I'm gonna give, until I'm back from doing all this, I'm permanently giving up one of my 3rd level spell slots to him to use for any
other
of my
followers.
spells that are below fourth level.
Okay.
So he just won't be able to give Banishment, Blight, or Guardian of Faith out, but he will be able to give out Revivify, Aura of Vitality, Haste, Dispel Magic, Crusader's Mantle, Aid, Branding Smite, Hold Person, Zone of Truth, Warding Bond, Bless, Raffle
We know
Smite.
how well Zone of Truth works. As you kind of like opt to give this 3rd level spell slot out until you basically whenever you are not on this plane, like because I assume you're going to be coming back to the plane between the two. You may not, that's entirely your choices. But any time that you are not on the physical plane, you'll be down 3rd level spell slot.
Yeah, that which I think that's a fair way to do that, don't you?
That is beautiful. Okay, so as you are handing this energy over, what we, the audience, see is this kind of black and reddish crimson energy that flows from Zaltanna's chest and smacks Damaz straight into his like chest area where his heart is. And you see his eyes glow, a mixture of like red and black, just kind of swirling in between, and then that all just fades into nothingness. Casey, inspiration.
Oh, okay, cool.
You're welcome.
Also, please
because
somebody
holy
write that
shit,
down to
Casey.
remind me.
Someone make a note somewhere. Casey's down to 3rd level spell slot.
What I clicked it off on my sheet, but like when I know it's going to refill every time I click long rest, and I do have the memory
That's
of
right.
a mongoose, so like
It's all right. I'm going to add it into my GM notes. Like at the moment, you're still on the physical planes. You still have that 3rd level spell slot, but whenever you aren't for the momentary foreseeable future, then it will go to Damaz.
yeah.
All right. Okay. Let me bring up Casey notes.
Sure hope
Otherwise, I
Dayton
alternatively
doesn't come
have them
kick
written.
our asses anytime soon.
That's okay if he tries to come.
Dayton is in a bubble.
He's a bubble
It is
boy.
not. He's in a bubble.
We
In a
assume.
bubble bath. Okay. Spell slot handed over to Damaz when you are not here. Damaz is officially your receptionist, secretary, personal assistant.
My PA.
Your PA. And we will leave you and Adette to your musings.
Hmm.
I'm assuming you're not going to try and talk to Damaz about anything else. You're done.
Kiss the
No.
Girl starts playing in the background.
All right. Okay. We will leave you to your musings. Rhal.
So it's nighttime?
Yes.
Okay.
You know that you are not being taken out of this place until the morning. And I believe it's probably about a good time for Laffian to come out of his trance now.
No, you hang up. Oh, he hung up. Oh, all right.
Oh, he hung up, and then all that is left is Rhal. Everyone else is pissed off.
Where did everyone go?
They said they would be back in the morning.
Oh, all right. I learned some things. Sort of.
Yeah.
Yours, not so much. We're gonna need to find something relating to the person. We need to figure something out regarding Liana and all that.
If I could ask Emma.
Yes,
but
Amos.
She's not here.
Well, we're gonna have to go to a couple of places, I think. Very quickly, too. Mine is buried somewhere beneath Belagbud, which narrows things down at least, so I don't go to the wrong place. Squashes, I have no real clue. You're probably going to want to talk to your Spectre about that, if anything. Just without getting him in trouble. Please.
My Spectre?
Well, I figure if anybody's going to know where the hourglass is.
Oh, I know. I don't think this is a get us in trouble thing unless there is a favor. I mean, maybe he can't talk about it, but I'm also a Spectre, so...
Maybe call up Miracle, you know. Hey, Miracle, how's it going?
I could probably
have
find
you
Miracle.
reap any good souls lately? No? Yes? Good. Great. By the
try
way,
to
about
find
that
him.
hourglass.
While you're talking, Rhal tries to go, okay. So here's Rhal's logic.
I just imagine like
Oh,
Rhal's
okay,
like
hit
doing
me.
that like
Hit me, Neil.
When
He's doing
Rhal,
I'm
that
ready.
fade in and out
Come on.
thing.
when Rhal has rolled to see the hourglasses in the past, he has just kind of been flung through the stocking at the hourglass that he's found, right? If he does the same thing, he's in front of
Okay.
Miracle because Miracle has them. So if he checks it on
So,
Amos hourglass, I'm standing in
you
front
know-
of Miracle.
What you know is that the hourglasses of yourselves, the four of you, plus like your like close family members, companions, friends, whatever, you know that they are being held by Miracle.
Mhm.
All the other hourglasses were not mentioned.
No, V, I think what he's trying to say is that he wants to teleport himself to
You want
where...
to talk to Miracle?
Yeah.
Yes.
Sure. Why the
That's-
fuck not?
I mean,
Benny!
if I want
Benny!
answers,
Benny!
if I want answers about the plane, hey, you know,
True. Go to the source of the plane. Go for it.
what do I roll to go straight to my hourglass that Miracle is holding?
Oh, he's going to be so sorry. They're going to be so pissed.
Welcome to the telephone
Not
episode.
What am I gonna get promoted? They know I'm doing this. They put the hourglass on them so that I couldn't find it. It doesn't mean I'm not going to use that to go and talk to them.
No.
I like
Neil?
that.
There is a consequence for trying to find it when the end of the world is coming before I wanted you to know when the end of the world is coming.
Oh,
There is a consequence for this, Neil.
I like that
We
you're being
needed to
like
know.
put into timeout by your boss, but you haven't met him. And then you walk up to your boss and he's like, well, look who just came in. And you're like, I'm not about that. I'm about something else now. I'm up to new shenanigans.
I thought I told you.
Sure, take a perception check.
A perception check.
Yeah, what you see, Laffian, is basically like the eyes beginning to disappear and the skull becoming more prominent. This is what you see.
Okay.
You're just
He's-
aware that Rhal has just got...
Okay, great.
22
Wonderful.
perception.
Okay. Your soul passes through... Oh, no. I'm sorry, you have to roll that at disadvantage
Oh, yeah.
We're in the bad place.
because of where you are, yeah. I swear if you get a natural 20 on the screen.
Oh, it's a 6.
Your soul goes nowhere.
Whoop!
Sorry. I was just like, wait, that makes no sense to the lore of where we are. I'm so sorry.
Oh. Yeah, bro.
You're not a debt. I'm so sorry.
Nope.
You're not at that. I'm so sorry. Has somebody been asking you to play a new character behind the scenes, huh?
That's
a
why
debt.
Rhal's trying to die so hard.
No.
I just want to play at that.
You try and phase through, but it's just like hitting a brick wall. Like your soul just comes straight back to your body. So yeah, you just see a slight flicker of a skull, Laffian, but then that just goes away.
Well,
I can
what kind-
probably check later.
Yeah, we're kind of in a place where that doesn't work so well, remember?
No, it's worked before.
It...
It's just sticky. It's hard to get there.
Yes, Rhal. We're leaving tomorrow. Maybe save that for when we're not
Are we
in a
going back
place where...
to the boat?
I don't know. There's only two places that we currently have an exact location, more or less, of where we need to go. Yours is a question mark, and Squash's is a question mark. Zaltanna and I both roughly know where ours is. Roughly.
Emma might know where mine is. And Bellum, if she has been there.
That is doubly true. She's been to Bellum, and she also was the one that, did the whole... that thing.
When I told Emma about Liana, she had already knew. So
Maybe she's
they've
seen
at
it?
least they've at least seen each other. Otherwise, Cicero. But I don't think that's the case.
No, what Squash said about the planes and everything, and this all lines up very poetically. It makes sense. And I mean, this is all made by the Sentinels, and it seems like they like to have a certain order to things.
When we go back, don't mention that I've had more acid attacks to Emma.
I don't have to mention anything. It's very obvious on you.
Rhal looks kind of like disappointed.
He thought he was hiding it better.
Rhal, no pun intended or anything, but you look like death.
Well, I hope I can make it. What is it, 60 days?
48 to 68.
About 60.
Roughly
I
the
hope I
span of
can
2
make
months.
it at most 68 days.
Rhal, I would very much like for it to last a lot longer than that. I realize that being an elf, I kind of have to deal with seeing shorter-lived friends pass on over time, but I still would rather that I don't want to... Laughing actually kind of looks flustered at this, like, I don't... It's not something I want to see happen. Not often.
No one wants to. When there is a cure for this, I hope to get a couple of years where I won't have any pain, but there's already been so much damage, you know. It will probably take a lot for me to be normal again. If I had been cured sooner, probably. I think everyone else will be okay, but it's been a lot of years.
We'll take care of you, Rhal. You're a Dathrodir now. You've got resources. Friends, family.
We can try.
About this time, Pen and Squash return back to the building.
Welcome back.
Thank you. Where's Det and Zaltanna?
They said they would be back.
Oh, good. That gives me time to properly tidy this place up. Maybe I could turn downstairs into where the rest of you stay, and we could turn this room into somewhere that or maybe we could put them upstairs on the balcony.
Sure.
Like, that would be good, right?
What?
Closer
No,
to
they don't want to sleep outside.
I mean,
Oh, no, you're right. I mean, there is the observatory area, which we could put them in, but there's not a lot of room in
No,
there,
just
so
give them a bed.
I don't want to insult them.
Can we go to the observatory? I'm very curious.
Yes, I could show you the observatory. I completely, this is the observatory, and I completely lost that. I was wanted to show you when we talked about it. Anyway, come with me, and you see them rush upstairs, and you find yourselves in basically a very small room at the very top of the tower, and you can basically see that you are at the kind of viewing side of a very big telescope that is aimed into the night sky.
Oh, that's marvelous.
Yes. I take care of this. This is the thing that is, well, it's not exactly my baby, but it's become something I cherish, and I look after the old boy.
Did you make it?
No, I maintain it. I added an extra lens, so now we can see a little further with a little bit more clarity, which is why we were confused with the new things that we found as to whether we were having 2 or 3 or 3 or 5. So we just figured out the extra one really recently because of the lens. So kind of some of it.
Yeah. I look inside.
What you see before you are a lot of stars. There are, some of them have a lot of colors to them. Some of them are blinking. Some of them you can actually perceive moving a little bit. Yeah, you're just seeing stars, yeah. Some of the constellations you recognize, otherwise it's just a mass of dots.
Laffy wants to try something.
Uh-oh.
Something super crazy and stupid, and it's an idea.
Okay.
He turns on his aura sight and then looks at the stars.
Okay. You are overwhelmed as you look into the aura sight of this kind of bright yellowish whitish light, which is what you sometimes get when you stare at a Det or when you stare at Zaltanna with your aura sight on.
Laffy falls backwards, holding, covering his eyes, okay.
Yeah, exactly like if you do night vision cameras and someone sets off a light in front of your face. Like, that's basically what you just had happen to you.
Oh, my... there's a lot. All right. Did you know... Ow. There's little lights dancing around my face now. Did you know that there's...
I get that when I stare too long too.
There's auras everywhere.
Yeah.
The stars, there's auras there.
There's celestial auras all over the place. We think it's indicative of Clemdal's writing.
I've never observed anything like that. This is all new to me.
We've replicated, like, did you just look and see auras? Is that how you see naturally?
No, I have to kind of concentrate for a moment, but I can essentially do it at will.
That's very cool, but I want to be able to show the other two what you're seeing. It's very cool. And you see them like climb up a ladder at the side of the thing, and you see them like physically twist a part of the telescope, and they climb back down again. And they said, "You might need to turn that off, but come have a look, Rhal, come here, come, look.
Okay.
You can see what Lafian's seeing, except without blinding yourself, because I put an extra filter on there.
Yes, please.
Okay. Rob steps up and knows that he's around something this person cares about a lot, so tries definitely not to drool on it in any way, by putting his face up to it or anything.
just the one eye, and as you're like getting one eye, you can hear the sound of clicking as like pen is like moving parts of this to change the focus, and they very subtly change the location. And they say, "You see that? You see the black star and the red star. Like, you can see this aura of just like bright whiteness just everywhere, except there are pinpricks of different color all over the place. So you see that kind of black looking star, and you can see that kind of golden looking star, and they're spinning around each other.
Yeah.
We think that's you."
I'm right here, though.
So, and they kind of like sit back. Like, so as far as we think, I mean, some of the knowledge has gotten lost to time, but so far as we think, any deal made with the goddess of fate as she used to be known, or the goddess of paperwork as she's now sometimes known, or the dealer at the gates, whatever people want to call her, she writes fate in the stars along with all the contracts that are ever made. So any warlocks are up there, you're up there. That dark movement and the gold, and well, if you turn the aura off, you can actually see a different color there as well. And we think that's Mikkel. We think that's the bond that the three of you have.
Huh.
I find it very ironic that you're insinuating that Rhal is a neutron star. Considering that is quite literally a dead star. It's the dead husk of a star.
And if we move it over here, and like they kind of struggle a bit to like twist it like really far to one side, and again they alter the lenses and they actually take the filter off, and you can see these two bright white stars right next to each other, which forms a part of a constellation that some of you would know from just living in Discora. And they say, this one, it's part of a much bigger constellation. There are so many stars attached to this one, and we think that that's the Thunder Hearts. Like, one gets really bright and one dims out, and then it just switches between the two. And we think that's the balance between vengeance and between forgiveness. We think that's what that is.
I
love all of this.
I'm sorry.
No, I love all of this.
Like, they kind of lean back and say, I'm sorry, I think I might be a little too into this.
No, this is fantastic. I mean, at least for me, I'm thoroughly enjoying this.
Did you say that all warlocks are written in there too?
Yeah.
Oh.
I mean, you have to know what kind of pattern of warlock. I mean, that's how we know that Rhal you have a deal with someone and you have a warlock mark, and if I look at you the right way, I can see it. Except I'm choosing not to, because I think that's an invasion and I don't want to do that.
Did you just imply that I have a warlock mark? Or that Rhal does?
Rhal does. Rhal has a mark.
Okay. Sorry, I That sentence threw me off.
Well, no, we didn't know about you until like I added the new lens on because you're on there, just not what we thought.
I'm up there?
You're a very small star.
Ah.
Actually, we have to find Squash a different way.
Oh.
So,
You're that good at hiding.
well, actually, yeah.
Oh, wait. Oh,
Like, there are some celestial beings out there that are just hidden behind other things, or they just match the same color as the night sky. And you can see like chaos and debris all around like this dark patch. And like, it's not a dead star. It just draws things into it and then they disappear. But there's like a really bright fiery light that's like circling around it. And we're worried that they're going to collide and we don't really know what's going to happen because this thing always puts out so much energy and this other thing like gets rid of the energy. And we didn't know that it was a thing until like really recently. Like maybe a few days before you all turned up, actually.
What's the name of that?
It's called a black hole.
No. There's a name for the warping of the light around it. I can't remember.
I want to say lenses law, but that's to do with magnets.
Well, can I see that?
And if you look over here, there's a bookshelf, and behind it, the answer was love the whole time.
Oh, that's Amos' star.
No, you see them climb up and they kind of like slide an additional filter into place, and they're like, it's really difficult to see without the filter. And I don't know, lenses and filters are my thing. Someone else got clarity, but I got this. And anyway, you can see it, and as you stare through it, like everything around it is like tinted this like light greenish color. And as you look into the sky, you can see all these bright lights and all these different colors. But there is where they have directed the telescope, you can see this perfect black sphere.
Did Amos' star, did it go away?
No.
It's always been there?
Mm-hmm. Always a bright gold star next to your star. It's changed a little bit, but it's not gone.
Squash does not take his eyes off the telescope as he just asks, changed how?
Well, it kind of got very bright for a while, and then the gold color has been like tinted a little bit by the red glow behind the pair of them, which like we think is like the link that they have with Mikkel.
Squash is moving the telescope around, or trying to find the bright burning star that was supposed to be.
You can't miss it. Actually,
Okay.
It's almost directly next to, and you can actually see it like kind of circling around. I'm going to say with your perception and like your vague idea of like how things move, like eventually these two will collide.
Yeah,
like the way it's like water going down a drain where it spirals.
Yeah. I get you.
Oh.
Squash is gonna like take his eyes off the telescope and move back to the team and just kind of like, okay, so I went to talk to two people that survived Soulfire earlier.
How'd that go?
I was there.
They survived it, and
Good.
they're very tired. And they told me there is possibly a way to immunize yourself against Soulfire, or maybe help yourself survive it.
So something other than hugs can help Soulfire?
Yes.
Only hugs.
Only hugs.
There's somebody here who looked into the rift and learned about Soulfire more, and they said that the best way to survive it, or at least that some people are theorizing about surviving it, through using immunizing magic, and those people included in that are Dana and Elisar.
Oh, we know both of them.
Yes. Lucky us.
That makes that easy. That means we need to go back to the
I
boat.
love you, Neil.
So, Sorry, out of game. Which one of them is the elephant lady?
Elazar.
Okay, and Dana is who?
Dana is the human who continually helps you out by teleporting you to places, and also wrote part of your book.
Right. She's in Falcon.
Dana is a name that Squash should know. He looks at it on a regular basis.
Yes. Aether does not. Okay, so I'm thinking if a dead can help us, if a dead can teleport us out of here, we definitely need to take that. We only have, 49 days? Something in that ballpark?
48 to 68.
48 to 68.
Minus today, I guess.
Yeah. So we need to use every second we have. So I have a scroll of sending. We can use that to let Elazar know that they should head towards a boat and ask those people to take them home if they want to. Well, not Elazar, of course. We should talk to the orc lady. She was more...
Urog.
Urok.
I think they were already headed there, weren't they?
They were going to consider it. They weren't sure if they wanted to leave or not.
I think they have 4 days until the boat leaves, if I've been counting my days correctly.
The boat was kind of just waiting for you, and then it was going to return back home.
Yeah. So if we let Uruk know that they can go, let the boat know that they can fuck off and they can join them or not, their choice. It wasn't a long hike to the coastline from the school.
Just a lot of annoying trees.
Yeah.
We could get started anyways, and then we can figure out how to get there if Odette is still here.
Odette knows that we are hoping to hitch a ride, so I'm sure that she's not going to leave, too little time to help us. I'm sure they're aware of that.
And then the boat has a head start.
Yeah.
And then... where do we make that faster?
We just let them take their time. I think trying to hitch the entire boat and everybody on board it is not going to go great.
Then you will have time to talk to Elazar.
What was it, 9 days to get to... Wait.
Yeah, it's about 9 days travel from where you are.
I think it might be better if we just have them get on the boat and depart, and we leave and go back to Falsum.
Yeah.
We need a powerful spellcaster that's going to be able to shunt us through to different planes, because we kind of need to deal with all of this as soon as possible.
I'm assuming Odette is not allowed to drop us off at the Forge of Worlds.
Can she teleport the whole boat?
That's kind of a lot, Rhal.
I don't know
Normally
how
teleportation spells
works.
are tricky with physical objects.
She is a goddess. I mean, it wouldn't hurt to ask.
You're also not supposed to teleport in and out of here, but, here she is. There they go. And it's just a boat,
Just a boat.
Air quotes.
Well, our clothes don't fall when we teleport. We don't leave our clothes behind, You can take things with you, yes.
Is this along the same vein of our boat's flammable when you guys are on a boat with a flaming thing?
No. Can I stun a boat? That is still one of my favorite lines, Neil.
Can I stun a boat?
How do we
Can I
stop
stun
the
a boat?
How do I stop the boat?
Okay.
Boats have key.
I feel like a lot of these will be answered when Zaltanna and Ajit rejoin the party.
Yes.
So I'm just going to scroll forward to maybe an hour or two before dawn.
There's one other
Zaltanna,
thing.
you're going to get... Uh-oh. Okay.
No, just at some point during the night, Laughing does want to have a conversation with Squash.
Sure.
Okay, sure.
Squash, we told you about the hourglass thing, yeah.
I don't know. I assume Laughing's probably still hanging out in the observatory. He is loving all of this.
Penn is talking you through a lot of stars and constellations, but even Penn still has to go get some sleep, so...
That's
there you
fair. Laughing will do a lot of observing on his own as well.
Mm-hmm.
At some point, though, he'll just seek out Squash.
I think Squash is probably sitting somewhere just kind of playing with his old cloak, just kind of handling it.
Lafayette will slowly walk up and, are you all right?
Wait. Sorry. You're playing with your old cloak?
Yeah, the green one.
Okay, let me check to see what day it is.
What?
Oh.
What did I just do? V? V? I was just playing with my cloak. What are you planning?
You brought it up, man!
I didn't know there was a thing to bring up.
Dacian, get out of here. You're not supposed to be able to cast spells in the bubble.
Okay, no, you're safe. Carry on.
Oh, good.
What do you mean safe?
Well, if I said you're fine or the thing hasn't happened yet, you'd be like, oh, everything's fine.
I do not approve of whatever shenanigans you're up to.
I'm just messing with you, Aethar.
Are you?
Fat lie.
No, there is a thing that could and may eventually will happen, but it's not now's problem.
Alright.
Oh, good.
All right, yeah. As Lafayette approaches and God does not interrupt the scene.
I'm sorry.
I know. I'm grilling you. Squash just kind of just looks up and hey.
Got a few moments.
Yeah, got nothing but time right now.
So, and Lafayette will sit down in front of you, just cross-legged. I've been thinking on a lot of things, and I'm rather curious because I've never particularly tried. Kind of how I'm able to pull threads of knowledge and skill sets from people. I've never really pulled much from you.
You can see Squash lean back.
I don't mean in an invasive way. Don't take it the wrong way.
I guess I'm just not following perfectly.
So, just as an example, when we were on the ship and I was assisting with navigating through the ocean and everything, I don't naturally possess that talent. What I was essentially doing was kind of pulling on the little psionic threads that surround people and kind of borrowing their skill sets so that I could better comprehend it myself.
Okay.
I've never done that with any of your skill sets because I always just kind of left that to you. But in recent times, I'm noticing that we as a group kind of need to be better when it comes to being sneaky.
Yeah. Sure. Okay. I'm assuming that you want to understand or get a feeling for how to be quiet or how to go unnoticed.
If you can explain it to me and kind of lay it out in a formula that I can understand, maybe I can tap into that in a way that can help all of us.
Sure. I guess, and Squash just kind of gets himself more comfortable. Maybe puts one leg on the chair that he's sitting on, just kind of hugs his knee. I don't think he makes any kind of eye contact with Lafayette after this point, and he just kind of looks off in the distance and just well, I guess you just want to learn about being unnoticed, and the main thing that you need to think about is it's not really something you learn, it is intuition. It's the way you move, it's the way you carry yourself that changes how you are perceived by everything and everybody else around you. People see, if you've ever watched somebody who owns a lot of money move around, you can see the way they move. Their movement is bombastic, it's flamboyant. You can tell just by looking at them that they've never wanted or suffered in their life. Their stride just shows this arrogance and air of just having.
Lafayette starts shifting a little uncomfortably.
Well, you can see the strong, they also walk with this air. Because they're not afraid. They don't have to worry. But the meek, the small, the others, their movements are small. And their ego is small and their existence is small. they could disappear and nobody would notice. And they act the same way when they move, when they walk around the world. If you don't matter, nobody notices you. Because nobody needs to notice you. It's about keeping your hands tight. It's about keeping your body small and subtle.
I imagine just as Squash is explaining all of this, Laffian is watching closely, and like a little white thread just seems to kind of weave out from him. And he just reaches out and kind of mentally plucks that. And with a light popping noise, Laffian turns invisible.
Laffian?
Squash, actually, yeah, with your ridiculous passive perception, you'd notice even if you were looking at your boots.
He's still there. He's just like...
Oh, yeah. Squash, like, instinctively, like, kind of reaches out and, like, presses his fingers against your knee and just, like, you're corporeal, right?
I'm physically here, yes.
That
worked wonderfully.
How did you do that?
So there was a little white tendril that came out of your mind as you were explaining things, and I kind of just plucked at it.
Well, that's useful. That's very useful.
Laffian drops it. Like, we're about to take a long rest, so...
Yeah.
He drops it, and I'm playing with my side points a little here, and... Now, what about this? And he taps Squash lightly on the forehead, and we both vanish.
Oh, that is very useful. I like
Good
this.
to know I can transfer it.
I hate you. Okay.
I want to show off my cool things too. Watch. And Rhal just sits there. I don't need food or water anymore. That's what I'm showing you.
No, Rhal, no, food and water's good. What are you doing?
I'm not
Look at
doing
me, guys.
it, though.
I'm not starving.
I decided I'm not. And look, nothing's happening.
You just look at Rhal, and he's all skin and bones. It's like, Rhal, are you sure about that?
Nothing's happening.
He drops the invisibility. And, okay. This can work. Making yourself small, inconsequential. Okay.
I think Squash is just kind of folding up his cloak at this point. Like, did you get what you needed?
I think so. Sorry, didn't mean to.
No, it's fine. It's fine. I'm glad I can help.
This is kind of just how I've had to do things when it comes to my abilities. It's just a lot of experimentation, and since I don't exactly have direct access to my mentor the way I used to, I've had to kind of learn on my own.
Sometimes learning on your own is the best way. You're not clouded by their ideas of how things are done.
That's fair. Monarch was never able to teleport the same way that I was able to figure out how to do, and just the same Lisbeth has abilities that are different than what I can do. To an extent, I kind of took a page out of her book, but...
Yeah, we're all borrowing from the ones that came before us, and Squash is like rubbing at his hands where the runes are. But finding our own way is always good too.
It seems to be.
Laffian,
Yes?
when I met you for the first time, you walked very meekly. But you've gotten some of the flair back to your movements. It's not bad. It just means that you feel more worthy right now. It's okay. We don't all come from the same place, and none of us are going to the same place. Our journeys are what makes us, and what we do along the way. You have a lot more time than the rest of us. Well, me and Rhal at least. And I hope you use that well.
Thank you.
Okay. Few hours pass by. I'm assuming Squash is going to need to sleep.
Yeah. Sooner or later.
Cool.
Meditate.
Okay. At this point, A few hours roll by, and Adet and Zaltanna turn back up. All 4 of you are now level 15. Whoop, whoop, whoop. I meant to do it earlier, but I forgot to say it, and we have been 15 for like 2 episodes. My bad.
Yay.
Everyone hit the long rest button if you've used any side points or if you've used any sneaky stuff.
Now
everyone
I no
is now
longer
15.
need to eat and drink.
Sorry.
No hands.
Adet turns back up with Zaltanna. Like she has her arm on Zaltanna's shoulder, and they both look. I'm guessing at least Adet looks happy and refreshed.
Oh yeah, definitely happy.
Okay, good. Yeah. So I've only got a little bit of time left before I have to leave. So, where are we going?
Can you teleport a whole boat?
Rhal, I really don't have a lot of time left.
Okay.
I need to go in the next minute or so.
Shit. Okay. We need to figure out where we're going then. I vote Falsum.
I think Faustum's the best idea.
We need a powerful wizard to throw us to other places. Yes?
Teleport us to Ava.
No, I don't think that would help, Rhal. Well, I mean, it
Ava
would.
sent
Do that.
Falsum.
I can get to Emma.
No, we...
Emma is in Falsum, don't worry.
Oh, she's in... Wait, that
okay.
was fast.
Emma?
What was fast?
Oh, right, they went to
Of
the
course
portal.
Emma's in Falsum.
No, never mind.
They what?
Brain fog. No, I forgot that they all went there because Amo was taking the sick
Yeah.
Dragonborn and... Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
Right. Yes.
So Adet kind of like reaches out and like Pen just kind of like waves.
Bye, Pen, you were
there's like
great.
a little tear in their eye.
Bye.
Like, because it's the last time they're ever going to see you in this reality
No,
and
I'm
not in the
coming back.
stars. And they just
We're coming
give
back
you a quick
someday.
wave. Like, maybe. And yeah, Adet reaches out and teleports you all back to Falsum, to Ama in specifics.
Okay.
All right, let's find out where the fuck Ama is.
Oh, no.
Emma is swimming in lava because she is fireboard and that's comfy to her.
And you all burn in flames. Well, podcast over.
Oh no. All our magical stuff fell in lava and burnt up.
You find yourselves in the kind of meditation room, the unofficial, like, office of the 4 of you. And Ama, Emmil, and Bogrim are sitting in the small room talking. There are lots of papers on a desk that they have pulled in there, and there are lots of runes drawn on it, and they seem to be very deep in conversation. Bogrim is, like, on the other side of the table. And Ama and Emmil are sort of, like, off to one side a little bit. This is where you find yourselves.
And pop!
Rhal runs up and hugs Ema.
She hugs you back. Adet turns to Zaltanna and she says, I'll see you wherever you are in a week, baby.
Zaltanna kind of like reaches out and like cups her cheek and gives her a little kiss and is like, I'll see you soon.
Bye.
Stay safe.
Rhal waves.
Thanks, Odette.
Bye, Rhal. She waves at the 3 of you, and just before she leaves, she says, check in with Dana. She might know more about the hourglass that you're looking for.
Good plan.
Love you. And with that, she disappears. What are you doing here? How did you get here so quickly?
Magic.
Not that I did want to see you. Ah! And she just like gives Rhal like the biggest hug.
I was worried.
So the young Dragonborn, they're doing really well. We are helping some of them out, the ones that are cold. We are keeping warm and vice versa. And it's been so busy.
I found 2 more that are going to
You
come.
did?
They're going to show up somewhere and come here. But they...
Okay, we'll
we did not
we'll
take
make
the
room for
boat
them. Most of
back,
them-
so, you know.
most of them are staying in the barracks here. Most of the other people, they have moved out of the barracks. They are living in Falsum and working on helping out with Apollo's orders and stuff. So we basically have the run of it down here.
Oh, good.
They're all okay.
They're doing mostly okay. A little bit of an adjustment.
Good.
It's hard for them to learn new languages and be taken out of where they were. So, but at least they're safe now.
That's good.
We just have to keep them safe a little bit longer.
A little bit longer. About that.
Why do I feel like this is going to be bad news?
When isn't it bad news?
Emmil just kind of like laughs.
Actually, Emmil, maybe you know things too.
I'm gonna step outside. I'll go look into that thing we were talking about. Good to see it all. And he looks very awkward and leaves the room.
It's an awkward stare
Emmil
as
says,
Bogrim leaves.
Yep, awkward stare. Bogrim like awkwardly shuffles past Zaltanna and like leaves. Emmil just kind of reaches out and grabs some of the like runes and the papers and stuff and like pulls it in towards him, and he's like,
You said you needed me to know and learn things. What can I do to help?
You know death things.
We have 48 to 68 days.
Okay, Rhal, I wasn't going to lead with that, but...
It is a good thing to
Emmil?
lead with.
Emmil kind of leans back and he looks pale.
Lafian's like pinching the bridge of his nose.
Right.
Rhal!
What? That was the thing,
48
right?
to 68 days.
Right. Did I forget something?
Well, no, just that, yes, but...
How do you know this?
I can see the hourglasses.
Ah, that would explain a lot.
I can't see them anymore. Well, some of them. But I could.
That is a lot less time than we have figured. I would ask that is if you see the others, do not tell them yet. I'm used to hearing when I will die, the others not so much.
Oh.
On the subject of hourglasses, maybe you know,
That's a good point.
we kind of need to... Well, okay, Squash here needs to kind of sort of go to the hourglass of Bikron.
The big one.
He turns and looks at you. Like the paleness just kind of goes and he returns back to his normal complexion. And he's just bewildered.
Yeah, Squash is not like Squash is doing that thing where you turn your face away from how you're facing. Just like, no, it's not.
We can't tell you why or any other relevance.
Actually, you can.
Can we?
Yes.
Was he one of the ones? Out of character?
One of the 7, yeah.
Oh, we're allowed to talk about it with them?
We
I
were
didn't
allowed
remember.
after the fact. It was like when we got back and started talking about it, V was like, fine, we can talk to...
Case was like, fine.
Just
you can
this
take one in this
room.
room
Oh,
and the
okay.
7 and one other.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
No, that's fair. All right, then scratch that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's his, yeah, that.
Son, what are you supposed to do with this hourglass? Please don't tell me you're meant to steal some of it, all of it, set it on fire.
I don't think he could steal the whole thing. That's... it's
Squash kind of has like a awkward smile when he like returns the gaze. Just like, well, if you don't want me to say any of those things, I guess I'll stay quiet.
Oh dear.
I have to retrieve some of the sand.
The one who would know the most about this isn't available right now. Other mages here would know a bit about those stories.
I could try Miracle again.
I too could ask my goddess.
Right. Yes, yeah.
Wait, isn't Miracle like the owner/protector of all the hourglasses?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We don't want Miracle to know we're even looking at that thing. Please do not let Miracle know that I am aiming at that thing. Please do not tell the owner of that thing that I am going to try to steal from it and I need to know where it is. Please.
That's actually a very good point now that you mention it.
You knew about this, Lafian?
What if Miracle could make it easier, though?
I don't think that's how...
Miracle's on their side.
From my experience, it's not quite their thing.
One does not simply steal from death.
Didn't Miracle already like hide your hourglasses away because you were peeking?
No, they're fine.
You see what Emmil look at you with like disappointment.
We're not very smart, but we're learning from our mistakes, okay?
Fine. Look, I don't know. I think they probably already know. I don't think there's any way we step in that room and they don't know.
So we need to find a mage.
You need someone steeped in the lore of this world, the magical lore of this world. I know a fair bit myself, but the specifics, well, I'm more about thwarting death than buddying up with them.
What about plane travel? Any good at that?
Ah, me? Not so much. Between here and the stalking, here and the ether, of course. Otherwise, no. Your friend, our friend, she can get you there. There's a reason Demetria lost her eye.
Wait, hold on. Are you insinuating that we go find Demi?
You don't need to find her. You can just ask me and I'll get her a message. Or speak to Damaz. Damaz has a special link with his sister.
I don't know if I want to bother her with what we're doing or not, but,
She made this sacrifice for a reason. She knew you'd eventually need to go get the armies. I think in this situation, she'd want to help.
Yeah, killed 2 birds with 1 spell.
Indeed. If the stalking is also where you need to go, your friend Caden also needs to go there.
What?
Today is Talus's 18th birthday.
Oh, that's weird.
Yes, and he doesn't like that. I can help him de-age her, but he has to go to the stalking to get something for me. I think he needs to do this himself. If you're heading there, he could go also.
I'm too afraid to even say what I'm thinking because I feel like someone's going to hit me if I do.
That Caden a little useless? Yes, I agree.
No, not that part. Caden's there for moral support. I meant more so about the fact that Talus, as she is right now, is terrifyingly useful. Helpful, not useful. She's not a tool. Pardon.
She is a very powerful and gifted young mage, but she is still young, and we should not rob her of those years growing up, her childhood. Besides, all her friends are physically 10 years younger than her.
That is fair.
I don't know if you remember it, I barely do, but puberty was a nightmare. I wouldn't wish a magical version of that upon the girl.
If he's trying to, put less sand in, or change the sand in her hourglass or something, that might be hard to find now.
No, it's not like that at all. I can de-age her. Oh boy. I need the item where my soul is stored. Don't look at me like that. You're smart. You've had your suspicions.
I assumed you still had your soul.
I have a link to it, dear boy. I need it.
Okay.
Not just to help Caden with Talus, but for what I need to do at the end. In 48 days, actually.
Isn't that super dangerous for you?
Yes, but end times, dear boy. End times.
That's fair.
I don't understand much of that. But I'll help if I can. I'll be in the stalking, right? So.
If you have to go there anyway. Thank you.
Okay.
While you think that over, let me go find someone who knows more about this Bikron hourglass.
Sure. Talking about things we need to find to help us get to places. I need to go to Bella. And Rhal looks at Ama.
She looks like she's pretending not to care,
Yeah,
by
yeah.
scratching at the table, but she's clearly worried.
Yeah, Rhal's kind of doing that thing where he knows. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We kind of need to go a lot of places, yes.
I told you Liana was also dead, and you said that you knew.
Yes.
Apparently, I need to find her for something.
Well, she is dead, Rhal. Wait, jumping between planes, what am I talking about?
Exactly.
She is in Bellum.
There it is.
She was...
We saw.
What do you need her for?
We saw her, and there was a place with a bunch of vines, kind of, I think, underground. Was it underground?
Mhm.
She let you underground.
It was underground.
What? Were they orange? The vines?
They were orange, yes. That's right, B? You're not just misleading me. Okay.
I'm not just fucking with you. They are orange.
She's like,
Okay.
I mean, that is the thing I do, but I'm not in this case.
So you know where it is.
I do. I really don't want to go there.
You
It is in Bellum.
don't have to. Just tell us how to get there. What does it do? Why are you scared of it?
I am more scared of Liana.
Oh,
It is a place called Loto Lefatu. For those of you, how do you spell it at home game? Loto space LE space FATU. Liana is... She is doing something important. And it's... I don't exactly know what, but pretty much all of the honorable dead answer to her.
that was
I don't know how and I don't know
pretty
why.
quick for all that.
Liana has an interesting bloodline, so far as I could tell. Perhaps this is her fate. Perhaps the name will help you get there quicker. I don't know. Whoever is teleporting you would know better than I. But I could help. If they need something from Liana's, I could probably find something.
I think maybe. But
Okay.
if you don't want to do that, I mean, I could
No,
find,
it's fine. I
could
haven't
find the
got
body
anything to do.
or something, and that might work.
No,
Yeah, but-
Rhal, gross. No. Girl, no.
What?
Ew,
They probably
no.
put them all in the same place. Or they were going to put us.
No.
It's fine.
No, Rhal, we are not digging up Liana's corpse, okay?
It's
I can probably find something.
probably-
I have nothing to do
it's
other than look after the Dragonborn kids right now, okay?
Probably easy.
I can find something. Oh, do not dig up a corpse,
It's
Rhal.
probably easier than talking to the people that probably don't like us because of the Liana thing.
I don't need to talk to anyone, Rhal. What
What if you
makes think
accidentally
I was
dig
going
up
to talk
Fisty
to
by
anyone?
mistake? I don't want to go see him.
Oh. Who is Fisty?
Oh, he was this rude asshole that was in prison with us. He also hung.
I ate him. I fed
Yeah,
him all of my porridge, and he broke the gullet.
Well, then I need to thank him for that. Okay.
It was my escape plan over the course of a year.
Okay.
I will go find something.
Okay.
I will see you soon. And with that, Emma basically like gives Rhal a big hug and like kisses him on the top of the head and is like, "Do not die, okay? Whatever you're doing." And then as she kind of leaves, she's like, "Don't let Rhal die, or I will stab all of you."
We've been trying.
Joke.
It's an uphill battle.
Joke. I only stab some of you. And like she kind of smiles and like walks out. You can tell she's messing with you.
She's not kidding,
All right.
guys.
Laffian like puts a hand over where he still has the scar from Talvin and is like, "Please don't.
I've never seen her so serious.
I've had enough betrayals." Okay, maybe some of us should go talk to Caden. Some of us should go find a mage that can give us a little bit more info. Squash, are you okay with us talking to Demi?
yeah, of course. Why wouldn't I be?
Things seemed kind of you've been different since she left, and I didn't want to prod or
No,
poke
no,
at
it's
that, but-
it's fine. It's
Yeah, maybe don't tell her you've seen our hourglass or whatever. Maybe don't mention that.
That was not gonna come up, Rhal.
I just wanted to make sure we were all on the same page of probably not mentioning that.
Rhal, I'm pretty...
I love that Rhal has now taken Emmil's opinion and made it his own.
No snooping. No.
Rhal, you're the one that's... Okay, you know what?
It was what we needed to do, but she doesn't need to know that right now. She'll be mad.
I agree.
We're on
the same page. Okay, cool.
Okay, great.
If Demi's the one who can get us through planes, and if she's willing to help us, then of course. It only makes sense. And Squash is definitely playing with his fingernails like I am right now.
Squash?
Yeah.
Remember, I can... I have a bullshit meter? Yes?
Mm-hmm.
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 You can be forthright with us. If you would rather we find someone else, I'd... There's other people here. I'm sure there's somebody.
Squash kind of like lets go of his hands, just kind of leaves them at his side and just goes, no. Demi is trying to save the world. And I'm not going to rob her of that just because I have issues.
Okay.
If she's the one that can get us to different planes, then we need her. We need her to help us.
Yeah.
Okay. So we need to get Caden and do that thing. We need to go to Beligbud. We need to go to Kino. We need to go to this Loto Lefatu place. Okay. Great. 4 different planes.
We have one thing here on the physical plane, the forge.
Right.
It is in Kino, but do we have a way to get there?
That would be on Demi then.
Okay, yeah.
Do we want to do that first?
At this point, you hear a set of feet running towards the kind of little makeshift office room that you have, and the door just flings open without any sort of like warrant at all, and you see Talus standing there. She's wearing like a fancy dress, and she has like this little like wreath of flowers in her hair. She's like, hi, you came home.
Hello. Yes.
Home.
Are you gonna stay for the party?
Party?
Yeah, of course,
Patty?
Talus. We made sure to be back just in time.
I need you to roll a bullshit. I would like a deception check, please.
Sure.
As you lie to this poor innocent child.
24.
You motherfucker. I don't think she has anywhere near high enough.
Laffy doesn't have to lie, but he's very good at it when he has to.
Don't force me to use my powers.
That's great. So the party is later today, and we're going to have it down here with all of our friends and everybody who knows about this place. And some people are coming back to town so that they can say hello to me and bring me presents and say happy birthday. And everyone's going to be so excited that you're all back.
That sounds fun, Talus. Happy birthday.
Thank you. Do you like my dress? It's really pretty, and it has magic on it, like Mr. Carson's gave it to me. He said that I could keep it as a birthday present because it helps me with my magic.
I'm sorry, did you say Carson? Like the...
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Carson.
So, because I'm like an adult now, I have to have a job to help with Opella's army stuff, and we don't want to get my daddy in trouble because he's not supposed to be alive, and everybody knows that he was dead. So, well, some people know that he was dead. So, I have to get a real job and pretend that I'm an adult. So, Mr. Carson said that he knew I wasn't. So, he gave me a job to help me and to help me with my magic. So.
That's good. I would hug you, but I'm going to get your dress all kinds of messed up. So.
Oh, I don't care about that. It's magic now, so now it doesn't melt when you hug me.
And she just rushes over and she throws her arms around you.
I guess it is magic. Huh? Raw hugs.
Rhal.
Aww. You're right there, folks. It's Kesa. So they finally made it back to Falston. That's good. And they at least now know what it is that they're supposed to do, or at least they're able to let people know what they think they're supposed to do and get help from around them. I've got faith. Nah, screw that. I believe that they can do this. They're the right people for this, aren't they? I mean, they're going to fucking nail it. At least I hope they do. The fate of the entire world is on it. Talking about the world, I guess I better thank the people that mean that we can keep this world going. We call them patrons. At least I think in your existence we call them patrons. So I want a big shout out to Reese and Tiani. You heard them actually in the previous episode. And also to Jessica Neer. Thank you three so much for being patrons. We really appreciate it. You help to keep this net around the world together. We really appreciate it. I also want to have a big thank you out to our friend Jay Shuri, who's the voice of Emmil. Does a wonderful, you're bloody fantastic and you're a legend, mate. Thank you very much. Other than that, if you want to learn a little bit more about the world, then I guess you can always go onto like your websites. There's theluckydie.com. Bit more information about the world, bit more information about what is going on and all that good stuff with us, and also links to the episodes if you're listening to it on there or YouTube, or you need another way to listen that isn't your bog standard podcast app. It's a good place to listen. You're about to hear an ad from Dark Tide's audio drama. I hope you enjoy them. They seem like nice folks. Anyway, I better get back to, changing the world and protecting our future and stuff. Seriously, guys, stay safe out there. Bye. Actually, who bloody decided that Bikram was a triangle?